Hey, good evening, everyone. So this is Ansh again, and today we are going to study about the next topic, which is based on listeners and TNS names creation. So before going forward with the practical sessions, let me brief something how and where we can create a listener files and all that things. Okay, so today we will discuss about the two topics. That is number one, listener file creation, and number two will be our TNS names or what we can call as a service name, and sometimes we used to call as a connect string. Okay, so these are the two topics that we'll discuss. So first of all, if you're creating a file, there should be these. First of all, these are the two physical files. Let me clarify you. These are the physical files, and these are the physical files. So there should be some specific locations where this file will be residing. As a DBA, these are the two most important and very critical files. Without these files, you won't be able to make a connectivity into your database remotely. So let me show you. If you'll do cd to this Oracle home, under Oracle home, there is a directory called network, and under network, you will find admin. So this is a location where you will be finding the listener.ora file, number one, listener.ora file, number two, tnsnames.ora file. The location of listener.ora file and tnsnames.ora file is Oracle home network admin. Now, how to create these two files? So there is a utility tool called number one. These three methods basically. So the first method, you can use the utility tool named as netmgr, network manager. Second option is you can use the another tool is called netca, network configuration assistant. And number three is the manual method. You can just copy the listener files or tnsnames.ora files content to one another. So these three method. I basically prefer netmgr because it is very easy to create in the Linux form. I prefer this one for Windows, and sometimes in the production where no GUI is present. So in that case, I have to do it manually. I just copy it from another production servers and replace it with the name and just paste it in the listener.ora files or tns.names.ora file. That's it. So in our case, we are as a layman, so we should be knowing how to create. It's not that you can't use netca in Linux. You can use manual method also in Linux. You can use any of the methods basically. So in our case, I will teach you how to create a listener.ora files as well as the tnsnames.ora file with the help of netmgr utility tool. So let's start with that. So now I have opened my terminal. .ora in the sha SQL plus as sysdba. Now you're good to log in with the sysdba. Okay, and your current instance is instance name from v dollar instance is sha. That's it. Let's check at the location, the Oracle Home Network Admin location, whether tnsnames.ora files or listener file is present or not. So what I will do, I will just go to the location for Oracle Home. Under Home we have network, and under network we have admin. Okay, PWD. We are in the correct location under Home Network Admin. So let's validate with the file's name. In this location, you are saying that no files is present. Only these two files is present. And we are going to create a file called listener.ora and tnsnames.ora. And for that, we have the utility tool called netmgr, another utility tool called netca, and one is the manual method. You can use either of it, but we'll go with netmgr now. So type netmgr from any location. It will point to the netmgr file location, and GUI will be prompted out. So this is the first thing you will be seeing after the netmgr file. Go to the local option. Under local, you will see the plus button. You will click on that plus option. Under plus option, there are three columns. Number one is profile sections. Number two is service naming, and number three is listeners. So in listener, if we'll choose listener, you can create a listener.ora file here by feeding some of the input information. Service naming means only you can create a tnsnames.ora file. So we will go ahead and create listener service names, each of them. So click on service name, go to plus signature. There's a create option. If we will click on create, it will ask for net service name. Here, net service name is only means the TNS names. What name you want to do give for the connectivity. So I will provide here SSA, whatever the database name is. I'll provide that only, nothing more than that. It will ask for the next page. In the next page, it will ask for the protocol. I will select the default one, TCP/IP. That's it. Next, it will ask for the host name. What is the host name of our machine? Is localhost.local domain. So we will provide here localhost.local domain. I have provided here localhost.local domain and selected the next button. It will ask for service name. What service name you want to provide? I will provide SHA. You can provide any name depending on your wish, but my database name is SHA, so I am providing the SHA only. Next option is finish. Click on finish button. Go on the top on the file sections. Click on save network configuration. After clicking on save network configuration, you can just exit it. Let's validate whether we have successfully created a tnsnames.ora file or not. You are in the same location under network admin. Do lsf and ltrh. Look, a TNS names has been created here. Now this is the file, so you can view these files with the information. What informations do you have feeded here? Look, this is the service name SHA. What options you have given? TCP/IP protocols. You have mentioned the host name. You can use host name or IP. Anyone you can prefer. But in my case, I have created with the host name. That's okay. This is the default Oracle port, that is 1521. You can mention any of the port, but it should be lying on the database. This database should follow this port number. That then only you can use the port number 1521. If it is following database is the port is open for 1721 for SHA, then you have to mention 1741. So by default port number is 1521. So I have selected the default only, and the service name is SHA. So these are the things mentioned in the tnsnames.ora file. This is for SHA. Suppose there's another database called test. You can create the test TNS names also in this section only. So whenever you will go to netmgr and you will create, the same thing will be created under this one. It won't append, it will add here. That's it. So go back. Again, I will fire netmgr, enter. Okay, this time let's create a listener file from netca. We can try that also. Netca, enter. This GUI look like this. It is a listener configuration, naming method configuration. What you want to create? Listener configuration. Click on listener configuration. Next, you want to add a listener? Yes. Next. What will be the listener name? This is the default one. I have selected a default only, the same as listener. Next. This is the TCP/IP protocol, what I have already given to the tnsnames.ora file. Next. Use the standard port number 1521, or you can use another port number. So default is 1521, so I can choose it for 1521 itself. Next. Would you like to configure another listener? No, as of now, only one listener is fine for me. Next. Listener configuration has been completed successfully. Do next and finish. That's it. Now let's validate whether listener file is being created here or not. Yep. Look, listener file is being created. Can you validate it? What are the contents that is present in the listener.ora file? Cat and listener.ora file. Look. So these are details you have mentioned here. The host name is localhost, 1521 port, IPC. Everything will be same for the as you mentioned the tnsnames.ora file. Look. So this is how you can create listener.ora files and tnsnames.ora file or connect string and all that thing. Suppose if you want to perform it manually also, so I have a database named as SHA as well as I have a database named as prod. So you want to create a TNS names for prod, you have to make an entry. So what you will do, vi to tnsnames.ora file, just copy all these contents, insert mode, go down, paste it here. And while pasting, you have to just replace the connect string name. The database name is your prod. Then you have to replace SHA with prod. What is the host name? Host name is same. And service name is different. So you have to mention the service name as prod. That's it. This is a manual method. This is a very easiest method we can use. So this is it. The way how we can configure and create a listeners.ora file and tnsnames.ora file. Thank you so much